Hey guys, welcome to Crazy Days. Today, something a little different. We're going to do a book review. This is a book by Amy Fewell. It's called The Homesteaders Herbal Companion. She sent me this book and guys, I could have wrote her foreword for her. It sounds like something I would have wrote and that's just awesome. Amy Fewell is hosting the Homesteaders of America. It's a conference in Virginia. And it's in October, so if you guys haven't heard of this, check it out on Facebook. She has all kinds of groups called the Homesteaders of America. Find out if she still has tickets available. I'm pretty sure she does. And you guys can go visit them with Homesteaders of America. Danny and I were invited but couldn't go because this is our time of the year for sugarcane and we can't leave not knowing when we have to do it. It's up in the air with that. So her book, The Homesteaders Herbal Companion, I like her book. So this is pretty cool. It came out last year and she has a new book out on chickens. Her foreword was by Joel Salton and he did an awesome job. But when she's talking about herbs in her introduction, she's talking about almost just my life. When I was raising my children and what I was doing, and I always wanted to write a book, and I just haven't done it. When I was reading her introduction, I'm just thinking, wow, she says everything I would want to say in an herb book. And I thought that was pretty cool. When she's talking in her foreword, one thing she talks about, I'm going to read it to you. She says, you don't need 200 different herb plants in your garden for 4 different ailments. You'll never use all of them. And that's one thing I always try to emphasize to people. If you have cayenne and it's good for blood flow and for the heart, why do you need 4 other or 5 other herbs that are strictly for the heart unless it's a specific heart issue that you're working with? If you have a wound care like we have yarrow and we have comfrey, why do you need 50 more? Grow one thing really good that is for wound care. Then later, experiment. She's talking about growing the herbs that you can in your area, and the ones that you can't, there are other good options out there. So we're going to talk about some of that in a minute. In this book, she teaches you the basics of herbalism, how to start your own herb garden, tips on growing herbs, cooking with herbs, and even incorporating them into your daily life, making tinctures and salves, and even essential oils, and how to use them around your home, your building, your outhouses, your barn, with your animals, everything. So this is kind of a all-around combination, like she said, herbal companion for the homesteaders. Amy talks about picking your top 5 herbs that you would grow on your homestead. So you pick herbs that would help your body function better. If you have an issue, look that issue up, figure out which herbs would grow better in your area that will help with your issues, and try those first. Then you can gradually add as you would like. Growing only 5 herbs the first time, that kind of keeps you from getting overwhelmed and thinking you need every herb out there. And, it makes it a lot easier. She also gives you a homesteader's herb list. Now, out of these, she gives you some culinary, means you can cook with them, medicinal, and wild herbs. And I have, out of her list, this is, I think this is 15 herbs that she has listed. And I have the majority of them growing here. There's only like maybe 1 or 2 that I don't even have out of the 15. Lavender is one that I have trouble growing. I had it last year, but I don't this year. Chamomile and calendula are 2 that I don't have. The rest of them, I think we have all the rest of them growing here pretty much. And so she gives you a list of 15. The culinary are thyme, oregano, basil, rosemary, and garlic. Medicinal will be lavender, peppermint, chamomile, echinacea, and calendula. And the wild herbs are yarrow, feverfew, elderberry, red clover, and plantain. And so her book is just like a good overall homesteader's herb guide. She gives you all kinds of things, tips. She gives you little stories about how she uses it, things like that. And talking to Heidi at Rain Country, she has this book also. She said she liked it because it was just easy. It explains it in common terms. She gives you the botanical names and the families and the common names and all that, but she doesn't do a over your head type description. She brings it down to your level where you know what you're talking about. And she puts in a lot of pictures, some of them of her family. Amy's a wonderful photographer, just saying. I wish I could take some of the pictures she takes. I love taking pictures, but I love looking at Amy's pictures also. So she does a great job with this book. You guys, if you're interested, I'm going to put a link in the description below. And if you're interested in her new book, it's coming out soon anyway. It's on chickens. So I want to thank Amy and Nanda for this book. And you guys, if you don't have this book, you need it in your herb library. And we're going to be talking next time about essential oils. Amy mentions essential oils in here some because you can't grow everything that you would need. And sometimes it pays to have some essential oils on hand. So in here she describes a little bit about essential oils, but we're going to go a little more in detail about essential oils. I'm not a doctor. I don't plan on being one, and I don't plan on prescribing or diagnosing or anything like that, but we're going to get into the essential oils a little bit. I'm going to show you how I use some of them, and we'll talk about the essential oils book because I'm really liking that book too. So thank you guys from Crazy Days.